A new rule in the city of Boston. You'll notice it the next time you watch the Patriots at a local sports bar. The city now requiring TVs in all public spaces to have closed captioning. As WBZ's Kristina reports, people in the deaf community say this is a game changer.
I like to catch what I don't hear.
For Dustin Feldman, the experience of sitting in a bar to watch a major TV event is different than most. He's hard of hearing and relies on what he sees as much as what he can hear.
I'm just trying to read lips, right? And you can't always catch them. But there's important stuff happening, whether it's news.
That's why he's celebrating a new city ordinance announced in Boston over the weekend by the city council and mayor, requiring closed captioning on every TV in a public place, a change that could improve Dustin's time at a restaurant.
Matthew Judon on the Patriots was just talking about what he does on a philanthropy level.
Yeah.
And I missed it. I'll look it up later, but those are some things that I'm always interested in, and every day I miss it.
As you can see here behind me, the TVs don't yet have closed captioning on them. Even though the ordinance takes effect immediately when the mayor signed it, many bars and restaurants are just finding out about it. And city councilors tell me the Disability Commission is now going to spend the coming weeks informing local restaurants, bars, and gyms and giving them the resources they need.
So fully support what the mayor's doing. Obviously, anyone who's hearing impaired or deaf can now come in, watch the game.
The only concern, how captions could impact watching a big game on TV.
Don't want it to block anything. I know a lot of people rather not see the text block the game. Completely understandable.
But it's a small price to pay, Dustin says, for a more inclusive space. After all, text is a part of our everyday lives.
There's nothing worse than missing out. And, you know, even if a friend is talking to you in a loud environment, you don't hear them, and they're like, oh, I'll tell you later. That feeling is hurtful.
So now, when it's hard to hear,
here in Arizona,
it'll be possible to read. In Boston, Kristina, WBZ News.